Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. How's it going? And for those of you who are looking for the spot to talk about saving for retirement, you are indeed in the correct place. This is a very supportive community. If you'd like to join us, think about it. Don't worry about it now. We'll tell you at the end how to join should you choose to do that. So we want to start this the way we always do by me asking you, how are you doing? How are you faring? How is it going? I know things can be challenging, and I just always want to be that voice out there asking how you're doing, because oftentimes we are so busy, we forget to do that for one another. So just know that we are thinking of you and wishing for your success, and just keep that all in mind, okay? So how's it going for me? Well, no real complaints. It's for me the beginning of allergy season. Now, this is the end of March, and I just find it interesting. Normally, I don't have to start taking allergy meds until the end of April. And here we are a month early. So, any of you struggling with seasonal allergy symptoms, oh man, I'm thinking of you because I'm dealing with it myself. So, it'll be fine in a couple of months. You try to stock up on meds, just do the best you can to get through it. So, anyway, what shall we talk about today? Well, a couple of things. And the first thing I want to just kind of bring up is one of my subscribers. So, our last session, or one of our earlier sessions, we were talking about gifting money to family when you pass, and just how that works. And somebody, they weren't sure, but they were asking me if I was saying that we shouldn't give money to our children, you know, uh, to our heirs. And oh no, nothing could be further from the truth. If that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. I just want you to stop and think, because one of our earlier shows, we talked about an acquaintance of mine who he received a $150,000 insurance settlement. And let's just say he wanted to figure out how fast he could spend $150,000. Unfortunately, he got that money and spent it on things and did nothing to save for his retirement, nothing at all. And here he is, around 70, living in the basement of his sister's home. And I'm just like, wow, just, don't put yourselves in that position. If you don't think your children can handle a large sum of money all at once, maybe just think about, and if they can't handle it, it's like, well, have they learned to do it? How do you see them budgeting things now? And, just a thought, just, it may take you going to an estate attorney and getting their take on the situation, and have them help you. Maybe the settlement can be structured over a number of years. Say the amount is $500,000, whatever might be going to the children, over 10 years, $50,000 a year. Just a thought, just pulling numbers out of the air. So just that, by all means, gift your children whatever you want. It's just, you're looking to help them, and that's admirable. And how can that be accomplished? And maybe it can't be by just a lump sum. Maybe it needs to be in some sort of an annuity type of a situation. Just throw it out there. It is just a thought. Just me, spitballing things and seeing what sticks to the wall. Okay? And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I am happy to chat with you on the subject. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, so you know me, I'm out there reading Money Magazine, Yahoo News, Yahoo Finance, whatever pops up in my feed, just to kind of see what questions people are asking and what they're thinking about when it comes to retirement. And there was one woman who wrote in, and I love the story. I love reading the story. But what kind of made me take a step back is she said, well, first of all, um, she makes a decent salary and she knows nothing about money. Well, join the club. That's what we're doing here. We don't know a whole lot about money. We have some ideas and we're helping each other the best way we can. But when she described herself as semi-successful. What does that mean? I honestly don't know because, well, a couple of things. Are you basing your success on the amount of money you earn? And if that's the case, stop it. Okay? Because us middle income people, for the most part, we're making less than $100,000. But are we successful? And I would argue yes. And I have a couple of thoughts on that. First of all, whatever job you're doing, are you good at it? Do you take it seriously? Does your manager look at you as a source for help, for guidance because of your work ethic? If that's the case, then by all means, you are a success. So let's just start there. You're doing a job, and whatever you earn is not important in determining your success. Just think about it that way. Okay, I earn less than that $100,000, but I do my job well. My manager comes to me because she knows she can depend on me to get whatever she needs done. And to me, that is a successful employee. No matter what I end up earning over the years, I am a success. And the other part of success is looking at your today and looking at your tomorrow. And okay, I'll pull it out now. You know how I'm always talking about that blank sheet of paper? I go in on a regular basis and I update this bad boy. Okay, that top line is what you're getting in your checks every month. And that money should include retirement savings. And I'm hoping you've done that. You've gone to your HR department and you've done that. And, if you need any help, reach out. And here's the other thing. I hope you're starting to do that because the sooner you do it, the sooner you're putting money away for your retirement, and the larger that pot grows for you. Okay? If you haven't done it or don't feel that you're ready to do it, well, then no judgment. We hope that you'll be in a position soon where you can start to put money away, and don't feel like you have to put this huge amount of money into a savings account. If somebody asks me, I say start with 5%. I'm hoping you'll do more, but it is a good start. Will you feel it in the beginning? Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. You will. But hopefully you will learn to adjust because, the very first time I signed up for my 401k, I did 5%. And, I think I was making $45,000. And I definitely felt it. So I had to just make those adjustments. So you have that sheet of paper. What are you bringing in? That first line is what are your checks for a month? Then that next line is pay yourself first. Okay? And by pay yourself first, we're talking about a savings account, emergency savings, regular savings, because you're going to want to, maybe take a trip, go do some things with friends, start putting money away to be able to afford those types of things. And does it feel a little bit, do you feel boxed in by a budget? You might in the beginning. You might, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm just here to share my experiences with you and how I've dealt with it. And maybe it's helpful, maybe it isn't. Write in and tell us one way or the other. No, Yvonne, that doesn't quite work for me. That's okay. Because remember, we don't have, with our net worth, we don't have a whole lot of people willing to talk to us about money, because mostly they make their money off of us. And so they are looking at our net worth to start with. And speaking of our net worth, when you talk to somebody, find an individual who is a fiduciary. And by that, I'm saying somebody who we hire to take care of our best interests, not how much money they're going to make off of the transactions. Because that was the mistake I made 20, 25 years ago when I had at that time, how much did I have? Was it 80 some odd $1,000 worth of Microsoft stock? I got scared because the market was tumbling, and so was the value of that stock. And I got scared and I sold it. I didn't understand, what goes up goes down, and that is the nature of it. Do you believe in the stock that you purchased? If you do, then you just let it ride. You just know that it is a good quality stock and that you are certain it will come back up. Had I left that 80 some odd $1,000 worth of stock that I sold 20 some odd years ago, you know how much that'd be worth now? I got sick when I pulled it up and looked. That stock, had I left it alone, is now worth $300,000. That's what I mean by getting a fiduciary to work with. Had I found that particular person when I was talking about selling that stock, they would have said to me, Yvonne, we've talked about this. You bought this stock and you know it's a good quality stock. This Microsoft stock will be okay. It's riding a wave right now, yes, but it will come back. Had I had that conversation with my fiduciary, I would never have sold that stock. And I'd be in a much different place financially right now. But that's how it goes. I graduated from the School of Hard Knocks, and that's what I'm talking about. Not understanding everything having to do with money. And who is the best person to talk to about money? Now that I know that, I won't make that mistake again, and I'm just hoping I prevent you from making a similar misstep in your finances. So, fiduciary, remember that whatever you do. So just remembering that blank sheet of paper, what you're bringing in, pay yourself first. In mind, it's money I put away for my savings, for emergency savings, paying taxes when they're due, paying insurance, because I pay that every 6 months. That is all I'm talking about when I'm talking about pay yourself first. Then the other things, what are my monthly expenses? All of it. And it gives me a clear picture. It lets me see what I need to take care of and what it all looks like. And when you know that, knowledge is power. If you're not always running to catch up, you can sit back, look at everything, and just make sure you're in a good place. And the money I'm bringing in, and then the money I'm sending out, I have no shortfalls. And, you'll have to do this every few months just to make sure you are staying on track. But that's what it means. Just take care of your finances. And hopefully the information we share here is helpful. And, just think about that. So with that, we're going to start to wind down, because we like to keep these in the 15-minute range if we can. So at the beginning, I said, if you're not currently a subscriber to this channel, please by all means do so. See where it says subscribe, just click that link and follow. So what will happen is every time I produce these spots, they will come straight to your email. There is no charge whatsoever, because I wish that I had had something like this to look at when I was younger, so I could pay more attention to money and not feel stupid, just truthfully. I wish that I had had this. So I'm hoping you join us. You listen to these episodes and make sure to share them with somebody else, because you know at least one person who is struggling, who needs some help, who needs direction, and they're not currently getting it. So make sure to share them, and you can save these episodes if you like. So, with that, we are going to say thank you so much for joining me once again for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. Listen, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next time, okay? Bye.